What's going on, Cancer? And welcome to my channel, Acclimacy. I know you're probably like, wait a minute, it's not Monday yet. This is a special one, Cancer. Justin here, and I hope you've been enjoying this energy from this new supermoon, Cancer. It happened earlier today, like really early today, depending on what time zone you're in. But yeah, Cancer, we're in a new lunar cycle now, so I hope you're feeling pumped. But for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just out of this world, Cancer, and it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy Higher Self has brought you here. We're in for an amazing journey. Now, the purpose of this channel, for those of you who have Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, wherever, Cancer, this one's for you. And I do tarot cards with based off our ruler here, the good old moon. And I'll talk about what sign she's in, what phase she's in, when she's going void. Of course, just all of those lunar shenanigans. And just so you're all aware there, Cancer, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one, so take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, never force reading on a situation, and everything will be dope, Cancer. Now, let's jump into it. Alright, Cancer, your space is being cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely, charged. There's great energy all around here, Cancer. In Cancer, happy Sunday. That's like, oh, this is a nice change of pace there, Cancer. You know, Sundays are really great for kind of looking after your health there, Cancer, but this is a really great one too for doing any sort of like presentations or anywhere that you would shine there, Cancer. This can be a great one too for, and I know it's like it's on Sundays, but this could be one where, an energy where you can, if you can't maybe ask for a raise or do something for like or set up like an interview for like a Sunday or something along those lines, Cancer, at least get prepared on this day. This is a nice energy to get yourself just kind of built up, feeling good about yourself, getting, just again, just shining bright there, Cancer. And also, Cancer, we are in a new super moon in Pisces energy. Now, and actually, Cancer, the moon's going void, of course, today. Because I mean, after that new that aspect that she formed with the sun, I mean, the moon's a little tired. But the moon is going to go void, of course, or she went void, of course, at 1 a.m. and that'll be Pacific time. And then she'll be moving from Pisces into Aries at about 5:19 p.m. So we're looking at about a 16-hour, 19-minute void of course time there, Cancer. And with the void of course, this is a time for the moon to, is when she does form her final aspect with the planet or luminary, and then she just, there's no more energy there, so she just takes time, just kind of wanders off a bit, just kind of just keeps to herself. And she kind of invites you to do the same there, Cancer. And I feel like especially too with this energy that's going on here, this new supermoon, I feel like could be one that is very kind of personal, Cancer. And so this is when I feel like definitely tend to yourself today. Do some things that feel that resonate with you, that raises your vibration. Maybe this is tending to a plant, maybe this is playing with an animal, maybe this is getting outside, maybe this is doing something creative, Cancer. This could be maybe even just like maybe sitting on your porch, just kind of taking in the scene, Cancer. Allow yourself to just kind of take it easy, as you're able to, carve out some time for you, Cancer, especially with this void of course energy. And the void of course too is just a reminder that the moon is a very busy celestial body in the sky. She's the fastest one of them, and she's moving, she makes aspects with these different planets, has conversations with them once a month, and she sees them in different signs and different phases. It is a whole lot, and so having to be able to feel all of that, we just want to make sure what's ours and what's not there, Cancer. And so you could be doing this too, doing just some general breathing, just make sure to stay present there, Cancer. And now, and also too, Cancer, with the void, of course. You may notice that your plans may be subject to unexpected changes. Starting up things sometimes during void, of course, energy can be a little tricky. Not impossible, but it can be just a little bit tougher there, Cancer. So just something to pay attention. And that people are less likely to make decisions during this time. So it is something you just want to have on your radar there, Cancer. Think of yourself. And with this, now Cancer, we're in this new supermoon in Pisces. And this one, I really like this energy because the moon and the sun were conjunct at 20 degrees, 16 minutes of Pisces at, like I said, it happened at 1 a.m. And a conjunction is just when the planets are at they're at 0 degrees, and they're just like, the energies are blending together. And conjunctions are really unique aspects. And so if you have any points at, in your water placements, your Cancer placements, or if you have any maybe Scorpio placements or Pisces placements, and any mutable placements as well, this would be Gemini, Sagittarius, Pisces, or Virgo, and any Earth placements as well there, Cancer. But you may be feeling this one a little bit more, but this conjunction of energy, I feel, is really nice because it is happening in Pisces, and Pisces is about that awareness of consciousness, that awareness of a higher self, of other dimensions. It gets into this universal oneness, the collective unconscious. And I feel that this can be, Cancer, I'm going to geek out on you a little bit. If you happen to go a little further on your astrology journey, you'll come across like Sabian symbols, and I've included a link down for a website that includes that, and there's a book. The book that it comes from is in that title as well, so if that's something you want a physical, I actually got a copy of it coming here soon. That's something you can check out there, Cancer. But the Sabian symbols are a description of each of the degrees of the zodiac. So it's really cool. It adds just this little extra of nuance to your interpretations there, Cancer. And where this degree point is happening, a keynote from that is an indication that in the end and at the appointed time, the individual's needs be met among those to whom he is linked by a spiritual or biological web of energies. And so I feel that this can be one kind of checking in who you are in connection with, because Pisces energy is very psychic. It's very, very intuitive, very aware. And so pay attention to how those energies affect you. But also, I feel like it is checking in with that energy again to your higher self, to your guides, to how you connect with Source, Cancer. Because just even thinking with the dispositors where this new supermoon is happening. Jupiter, Big Papa, is in Taurus, and Neptune, the modern ruler of Pisces, is in Pisces. And she's at the tail end of this of her journey through Pisces. So these next new moons in Pisces are going to be special ones. This is, Neptune stronger close, and then we won't have that fuel from Neptune again. Jupiter will be there, of course. Will be there, of course, eventually. But Neptune won't be there in this lifetime there, Cancer. So I feel that this is a one to really kind of explore any sort of dream space there, Cancer, over this next lunar cycle. This is an energy of closings. When you get to talking about Pisces energy, what are some things that we need to let go, that your energies that you've noticed that just affects you? And this is, again, meeting yourself, I just feel like on a very just kind of intimate level, and just asking, what I need. Am I in alignment? Am I walking in the path towards my highest self? And what does that look like? Really get in this intuitive in space there, Cancer. Maybe we need to write about this stuff. Maybe you want to do maybe a vision board possibly, but get very, very creative, and I feel like very visual as far as like with what you're doing, how you're being intentional through this. I was telling someone that I have different charts throughout the place that I'm staying. I have my Saturn return chart in front of me. And then, that's kind of I'm still playing around with the placements, but right now it's like I got my Saturn return chart in front of me, and then I have like my lunar return, my solar return chart like upstairs, and just something to just kind of look at it for reference and just kind of like have a visualization. Do I feel on track with this energy? Is there something that I'm noticing? Just like to keep that mind moving. And Cancer, when this is happening too, this is, I feel like, it can be a very exciting energy, one that could be potentially very inspiring if we get in that connection with your higher self, right? That get in the flow, because at about 3:20 p.m. Mercury is going to be forming a sextile with Pluto, and that's going to be happening at 1 degrees 27 minutes. Mercury will be in Aries, Pluto's in Aquarius, and with them being at very very beginning degrees of each of these signs, this is very potent energy that's happening here, Cancer. And I feel this can be one where, again, you could find yourself just really in the flow. And this can be one where you can really be very intentional with your energies, be aware of, I'm getting with this Aries energy, this energy of power. Be mindful of how powerful your thoughts are, how you communicate yourself, how you're motivating yourself going forward there, Cancer. This, I feel, is an opportunity for you to really kind of just walk in your true path. Get comfortable in who you are, Cancer, and whatever that means, whatever we've been maybe nervous about being, or whether it be, or nervous about trying to accomplish. This is a time, I feel like, this energy is giving you the power to wrap your head around this, to be brave, to be assertive, because this Mercury again is like really hot. I feel like I've been getting this energy of just like Mercury's been just running, and so this, I feel like, is a time to start writing some ideas down, to really start just keeping track of some stuff. And it may not be able to apply it right now, but I feel the moon's right behind Mercury in this. She'll be in Aries later today, so it's a hot race right now. What's going on? So Cancer, this can be one where you can really, again, get in an intimate conversation with Source. And the new moon's about starting up new seeds. You're working with this very fertile ground right now. So what do you want to plant? What do you want to manifest? Use your imagination. Pisces is all about that there, Cancer. So, and something, I'm just getting a note from Saturn. Saturn's there too, Cancer. So I almost feel like that there's this, and it's not like a warning, but it's more so just like I feel like it's a stern encouragement that we have this responsibility to embrace your gifts, and to understand these, that to just to connect, to understand this bigger part of yourself there, Cancer. So that's what I got there for you, Cancer, with this energy. I knew it was going to be exciting with this Pisces. But last little bit there, Cancer. These readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations. And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links to them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that I enjoy watching their, Cancer. Definitely check them out. They're a very intuitive group. I think you'd enjoy the energies. Maybe they can have some messages in there for you that can get you inspired there, Cancer. There's a link for an astrologer that I enjoyed listening to, some podcasts down there as well, and some websites that I enjoy working with, Cancer, as well as some apps that have been been really neat to work with as well. So check all that stuff out there. Cancer, I got you hooked up. But let's go ahead and get into your general energy of the day. I love this. You know what? I think I just made a decision. But Cancer, you have the squirrel spirit here, which is a card of believe in yourself, which is beautiful. And before we get into this beautifulness, Cancer, sidebar, there's this little corner store that's that's like a minute away from me, and they sell these paintings in there. And there are these two squirrels that are sitting in sitting in this park having tea. It's actually really fantastic, and I've been flirting with the idea of getting it. And so now because this is a new deck that we're starting with for this new lunar cycle here, Cancer. So I think that just verified that. But Cancer, back to this, because with this squirrel spirit here, I feel this is a time for you to really kind of get yourself geeked up, Cancer, especially with this energy that's coming on. We have this kind of soft energy of Pisces, but that Pluto Mercury aspect that's happening a little bit later, I feel that, considering what time that this is happening, depending on what your schedule is looking like, you'll probably be asleep, and there may be, whether you remember them or not, I feel like there will be some things that are brewing in your unconscious there, Cancer. You may notice that you feel, I feel inspired by the day. This is a time I feel like to really kind of get yourself geeked up. Start building yourself up with some affirmations. Start building yourself up with some, maybe change your space around a little bit, shift the energy, something to bring some freshness possibly. Just if you've just even been feeling that things have been a little stale. I actually just shifted my decks around not too long ago that are sitting up there. But this is just something to, again, Pisces is very imaginative. But there is also this awareness. When I'm talking about that awareness, I feel like there's this awareness of your gifts as well there, Cancer. Kind of really realizing your potential. Understand that because that Jupiter is in Taurus. And Taurus, one thing about that is self-worth, what you value. And above anything else, you should value, I shouldn't say you should, but I would think that you would value yourself, Cancer. And wanting to grow and wanting to expand, wanting to see and understand, even when we're talking about that Jupiter and Taurus energy, that Jupiter and Taurus is patient, when it's learning about what areas that it needs to be a bit stronger in. But Taurus is tenacious. Taurus is strong. And Taurus is also an energy that is very sensual as well. And so I feel that, and we had got a very sensual card on Friday, Cancer, on Venus Day, on a very sensual day. But this, I feel like, is a time to really kind of tune into, again, to what your body is feeling, where you feel like things are going, where this is needed. Because the nice thing I feel too, Cancer, we're going to feel like a really great time of visualization. The energies are going to be excited, and I feel like we want to make sure that we have a place, like a marker that we're running to, because I feel with this exciting creative energy, it just has I feel like there's a potential of like all this build up, and then it'll just fizzle away and it'll be gone before it'll just sort of poof. And I don't feel, and it's not to say like there won't be more inspiration there, Cancer, but it's like while the pot is really boiling, we still have all of the planets direct right now. The energies, I feel like we've been kind of adjusting to things a little bit, but now that we're kind of getting this footing, we got this last month before Mercury's going retrograde, and then we kind of slow the mind down a little bit, because again, Mercury's been booking it. So yeah, this is a time to really kind of build. How squirrels, are kind of, they're storing stuff, start storing little things that build yourself up there, Cancer. Just these little acorns of, acorn affirmations. I'm with it, Cancer. Let's get some tarot on this. All right, Cancer. All these. Take care of yourself. Let's see what's going on here. Ooh, Cancer. We see change. So you have the Page of Swords, the World, and the Star card in reverse. And the World is Saturn. The Star card is Aquarius. And I like that. There's some rulership going on here. Then you have the Death card, Scorpio, the Nine of Moons, and the Six of Stars here, Cancer. And you know, Cancer, I feel this Six of Stars here. This is you starting to put more into yourself. You know, I feel like we're in a time and in a very, very impressionable type of energy, Cancer, with this Pisces. You know, we have a lot of personal planets that are here. The sun, the moon, Venus will be entering there tomorrow, and then we have Saturn, and then we have also Pisces. But we did have, like, you know, we got some of these personal planets that are here, and even before, I want to say, no, I think Mercury will have entered Aries already. But this is a time where you just want to be mindful of your thoughts, be mindful of the things, especially I feel like the things that you may be kind of taking in, Cancer, before you we got a bonus card here, Cancer, before you end the day here, Cancer, with the World being here. But you also got the Four of Wands in reverse, Cancer. But I just feel like we want to be very mindful with our energies, because that has a way of affecting your vibration, you know. And I feel that the Star card here is, I almost feel that there's, you know, the Star card is a card of healing, Cancer. And I feel that there is this energy here of kind of looking back, because again, we're getting ready to get, Pisces is a time of letting go, a time of maybe grief. You know, we're looking back to, we're feeling emotional, we're feeling sensitive, we're feeling all of these things. And, you know, with this Four of Wands being in reverse, it feels like that it's almost like that we're having troubles finding the celebration or the ways to appreciate this experience, maybe the experiences that are happening. You know, there's this energy of closure, I feel, with the Four of Wands and the World card being here, even the Star card, that's maybe needing to happen. And believe that whatever we may be healing from, Cancer, whatever that may have happened, that it has changed you for the better. You know, Pisces is, and even just kind of thinking about 12th house stuff, which is the house that Pisces is associated with, but there is this acknowledgement of the experience. It doesn't take away from the suck. I have some planets and points in the 12th house, and yeah, it doesn't take away from the suck, but you do kind of need to it is that realization that it's just like, you know what, things can be worse. You know what, I could either respond like this, or I can just accept that this is what it is. How do I change from this? You know, and again, that doesn't say we're not feeling some type of way, but I do feel like this World card is saying that we do need to move on and think about not just healing but growing from it, because sometimes I feel like when we say we're healed, we get stagnant. And I feel like the more sort of active verbiage would be that we're growing through this experience there, Cancer, because I feel like it's just like we're gonna constantly be healed. I don't think anyone will ever be good, you know, just completely healed. There's always something that's coming up on this journey, Cancer, but that is what gives us a motivation, because it gives us, you know, we have stuff to look forward to, opportunities to show up and show out, Cancer. But invest in yourself, Cancer. Believe that you can close whatever chapters that we may be feeling that we're having whatever trouble moving from, and maybe even when we're in this kind of Pisces energy here, Cancer, because after this energy that happens, the moon, or excuse me, the sun, well, actually, yes, the moon too. The moon will be, forming a conjunction with Neptune, which would be this very, which can be this very healing energy, kind of getting the emotions back in alignment there. And then the sun will be forming a conjunction with Neptune later. So again, just a lot of energy of maybe just of accepting some things that have happened, letting them be what has been, and just what does that mean for your growth going forward, and really just getting this energy of release. It's like I'm getting like a 10 of wands in reverse, just like kind of lightening the load there, Cancer. But let's get a, ooh, Cancer, look at you, so intuitive. But let's get some more on this. Love it when her ruler shows up. All right, Cancer. Get her yourself. So you have, ooh, Cancer, look at this. Oh, look at these rulerships coming out here. So you have the Judgment card, which is Pluto. You have the Ten of Stars, and then the High Priestess, our ruler, the Moon. Then you have the Eight of Wands in reverse here, Cancer. And, the High Priestess. I think I may have said this before, Cancer, but Cancer energy, crabs have this very interesting way of moving. They're moving sideways, and, Cancerian energy is one that we do have powerful intuition. And, when you don't know where to go, Cancer, that's when you do trust in your feelings. This Eight of Wands, I feel like this is moving carefully, moving intentionally here. There's no need to rush, I feel, on this journey, Cancer. Everything is, you're going to get to your Ten of Stars, whatever that's looking like. And you know what? The Ten of Stars, I was just actually doing a little, I've been doing a lot of reading here, and one of the books that I'm reading, and I've got to start including, that's another thing I'd throw down there for you, Cancer. But one of the books that I'm reading was talking about the 11th house, Aquarius's house, which can be like a house of the future, a house of your wishes. And the things with your wishes and like your the future and stuff is that we're living it in the present. It's this awareness that the future is what we make of our present selves. We never enter the 11th house. It's a paradox, it's this weird sort of energy is what I'm getting with this Ten of Stars. Like, we may never accomplish all the things that we're going to accomplish, Cancer, but there is a freedom in that with this Judgment card being here. Not like when the Judgment and the Death card comes through here. That's like this very cathartic, deep sort of rebirth, sort of like, transcendent type of energy here, that awareness, that, and when I say transcendence, it's like with almost like with the Matrix when that came out. It's like it's the awareness that doesn't really change the fact that we're still going through this experience, but at the same time it really does change everything, because Pluto changes things permanently. And I just feel that as we're figuring out what this Ten of Stars looks like, and as you're trying to follow and find the footsteps of and stay in a line with the path that your higher self is walking out for you, it is trusting that intuition and learning how that evolves with time. Cancer does, it takes time, it takes effort, it's a muscle, that trust, but every time the flow just gets smoother and smoother and smoother. And the Star card is a card of wishes. And so this, I feel, is I feel that understanding that wishes to Cancer, all this stuff, things all happen in divine timing. You know, one thing that I used to tell kind of people when I used to work in food and beverage about like tips and stuff, it's just like, don't worry about tips. I mean, it's like, I know that we're thinking about money, but it always balances out. You always get what you, at least that's what I found, and I had been in it for a very long time, and I found I always had what I needed when I needed it, how I needed it, and so it's just like the universal will bring for you, even not even just with like with tips, even with just like certain situations. There was times like I needed to grab like a little, you know, get like a survival job, and it's just like bam, there's one. And it's just, and it, you know, but it's the universe, it's abundant, you know. And then it's just like when we'll get aware of that, Cancer, start believing in yourself more, then you really start getting the things that you really wish there, Cancer, that Nine of Cups. But let me get some advice from Jupiter and Neptune. But I feel like in order to, you know, get to those that, how do I want to put this, Cancer? Let me get some tone on this, Cancer. Thank you, higher self. All right, so you have the Two of Stars, the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Stars, the Knight of Swords, and one of the special major arcana cards in this card, which is the Wanderer. And you have those upright, and then you have the Nine of Stars in reverse here, Cancer. And you know, this Nine of Stars here, I feel like things really start turning around there, Cancer. And again, it's not to say that there aren't challenges, of course, along the way. There's always something where we're having to stay in, where the energies are balancing here. But the Nine of Stars, I feel, if it's this energy, I feel for some, it's just like I'm getting a not feeling that abundance. You know, it's like you're covered in stars here, but we're saying there's no stars out. You know, and it's just like you're the star, Cancer. And it's I love that. But I I'm feeling this sort of trying to find, you know, for some trying to find themselves, you know, on a discovery for, you know, maybe something here is shifting, Cancer. You know, we're got, I feel like there's just like maybe there's this in this connection, in forming this kind of like getting a bit more in that intuitive kind of subjective space there, Cancer, really getting in that spiritual space, connecting with your higher self. I feel that it's like this Knight of Swords is like a focus shift. You know, we're harnessing this strength here in a different type of way, where this Nine of Wands is giving me almost this energy of, yes, there's going to be this work that's happening here. Eight of Pentacles, there's something here that's gonna call probably a lot of strength of you, Cancer, with the Nine of Wands. But the Nine of Wands is the moon in Sagittarius. And I feel like there's an optimism that's there. There is a believing in yourself. Jupiter is about your faith. Jupiter rules over Sag. But this, I feel, is a new chapter, Cancer. I feel like we are getting into just, things are changing, Cancer. And I feel like that it's just getting in a new routine. You know, it's adjusting to this pace here, Cancer. Oh, hold on, Cancer. Let me switch back over. I'm just realizing, I was like, wait a minute, I got all this advice. But, you know, I feel that with this energy, Cancer, when you find yourself in these places of being lost, I feel like this is you, Cancer. Just kind of look up at the moon, you know, and even if we don't see the moon, even just staring, just kind of looking up at the sky, remembering the vastness that is you. You know, the vastness of the limitless potential that you do have, Cancer. And I feel that with that Cancer, it's those little shifts that you start making that start to lead to these bigger changes, and you start like, I feel that Aquarius energy is able to track the progress. It's not necessarily like this, that idea of like clairvoyance or anything like that. It's more so when when I was talking about the 11th house, because that's associated with Aquarius. It's this just awareness that you are growing, that you're seeing you are becoming the person that you've envisioned yourself being, and then it's like before you know it, you're in it, and it's just like it's just like there's a moment where you're kind of looking back, and it's just like, wow, when did I get here? That's what I feel like is kind of in this energy that's sort of happening right now, Cancer. And it's very interesting too, just even thinking about that when this energy happens, then it's daylight savings time and we spring forward. So it's like this energy happens, you connect with source, and then you time travel. You're already getting, so it's like, again, be very mindful of what energy you're taking forward with you, Cancer, because I feel that it's already, the energy's hot, we're already just moving forward. So just something to think about, Cancer. But I like that. And if you like that, Cancer, if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Cancer, if you know someone who's having trouble believing in themselves, not sure of which direction that they're going, because it has been very excitable energies that's been going on, and it can feel like a lot, but I feel like this is something to really look forward to and to believe in yourself. And subscribe there, you wanderer, you wandering high priestess. I love that. Hit that bell button to you get notified when I release videos each day, even when they're on the. And with that, Cancer, I've just kind of decided with these energies, with this channel, if we happen to go into the energy on the weekend that I don't talk about during the week, let's say like if Aries happened to be moved, or the moon happened to move into Aries, and then when we got to like Monday, then we were in like moon and Taurus, and we just completely skipped Aries, I'll talk about that, because I feel like we want to kind of be aware of just like all the stuff on there. So that's something just a little minor tweak that I've decided to make, but otherwise everything's all the same. I had one idea, but I'm like, no, I'm just doing a lot. So it's just like there may be just like little bonus ones for the weekend there, Cancer. And if you want to see how this stuff is playing out in your chart there, Cancer, book a reading with me. I have links down in the description box and on my Instagram page. And after we get done checking your chart there, Cancer, together, we can come on over to my other channel, Alchemist 8. I do actually just drop not just drop, but Leo's video will be coming out here at some point today. So Celestial News monthly ones are starting. I do weekly downloads as well, which I release on Mondays. And I may change that. I'm not sure, Cancer. I've been playing around with something. I may change that a little bit. So stay tuned for that. It may be a little bit of a later date. But yeah, as you see, I'm just like messing around with stuff. I'm playing around with some time stuff there too, Cancer. But yeah, check out that, and I do a yearly reading as well there, Cancer. I'm about to do Aries here soon, and all the housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get you surprise cards here, Cancer. So, Cancer. So I can get you out of here. All right, Cancer. Got the Tower here, and you know what? Towers are going to come. Towers are never going to stop coming, Cancer. So that's something to just get settled in with. And I love this too, though, because now you got the Death card, Scorpio, the traditional ruler, Mars, and the modern ruler, Pluto here. When you get all three of those, for me, that's a really big change. That's what this new supermoon is. Really big change. But I feel this is on a very subtle type of level. I feel it's going to lead to a big change because this is the new moon that's leading up to this full moon lunar eclipse that's going to be happening. So I feel that this is something, Cancer, for you to check in with yourself. See if there's some sort of foundation that's something that's feeling rocky, and how can we go about growing from that, and learning from that, Cancer. Let me get your other oracle card here, but yeah, there's absolutely, Cancer. Thank you, honey self. So you have the Ride the Waves card here, Cancer. And this card is a card of life lessons and growth, and you will get through this. And absolutely, Cancer, believe in yourself. This has been very motivational. Like, I love this. The energies are trying to, even with all of this big change that I'm talking about here, because again, Death, Judgment, the Tower, that's huge for me. But I feel like it's the result that's going to be huge. And even what happens may be huge, but I feel it's something that it's all part of life. It's not something to because, we don't want to at growth, because, we'll look back again. There are going to be times where you're going to need to kind of process this stuff, or we're going to need to heal. We may not see the abundance in that moment, but it's trust and have that trust in that divine timing, trust that you are divinely guided and loved and protected and taken care of, and you'll be able to ride this wave like a champ, Cancer. I'm with it. So you stay safe out there, Cancer. Starting out this lunar cycle a little wild there, a little crazy, but that's fine. I'm with it. This is nice. I do feel the energies are feeling very supportive in this change. So, and keep eyes on the moon there, Cancer. Feel her out. This is be intuitive. Check in with yourself. Do some nice things for yourself there, Cancer. And I will catch you on the next one tomorrow.